Andrea Waters. I'm the owner of Great Labels. We've been at the location in Santa Monica for 25 years. When I moved up to Santa Monica, I wanted to be in the consignment business. It was a brand new business at that time. There was one or two in Los Angeles, and I said, hey, I think I could do this. So I just found a location and opened my store.
And before doing this, what did you do?
I was in the garment industry. I was what they call a manufacturer's rep. I repped some jean companies. I repped Calvin Klein menswear, Sergio Valente jeans, and Sassafras La Blanca swimwear. I repped those lines, sold them to the department stores. Back then, most of the department stores are no longer with us. May Company, the Broadway, those kind of places. But I sold those, maybe 35 years ago when I started.
So fashion's always been a passion.
It's always been a passion. Graduate of the Fashion Institute when it was just one floor in a high rise in downtown LA. Now they own a huge building and they've expanded. But yes, went to the Fashion Institute and always wanted to be in fashion.
And why vintage clothes?
Well, I was going through a divorce and I decided to clean up my closet and took all my clothes to a resale store, because we call it resale here, because vintage to me indicates the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, those years. We really sell contemporary clothing that is gently used, no longer loved. They say it like that, but it's in great condition. So I had taken all my clothes to a consignment store down in Newport Beach where I was living, and I decided to give it a shot. And I got a huge check the first month I did it. And I said, this is fantastic. Wow. I mean, I made probably 10 cents on the dollar, which is what happens with these things, but I was still excited to get money back. So I kind of looked at the business. I asked them for a job. They hired me on the spot and I started working there. 3 months in, I said, I bet I could do this. Picked up, moved to Santa Monica, found my location and opened the store. And sure enough, 25 years later, I'm still here.
So how do you curate the collection here?
Well, generally there's just 2 or 3 people that look at clothes, and we all kind of know over the years what sells for us. We like really high-end contemporary sportswear clothing, more everyday clothing than that very couture, fancy ball gowns, formal events. Those don't seem to be selling the way they used to. So basically we just kind of look at what the line is, look at the condition of it. It has to be in excellent condition. And we go from there. If it's a brand that's a hot brand or has been hot in the last few years, we'll generally sell it. And if it's a brand that, could be a great brand, but the styling isn't so great, just something's off about it, it's a good chance we won't be able to sell it. And we tell people that, yeah, it's a good designer, but style-wise, it's just not what people are wearing.
What are people wearing now?
Well, because of COVID and because of what's going on, more casual clothes, but people still want the great quality. They want the beautiful brands, the beautiful quality, the things that are made well, but they want to be casual. They want to be comfortable. Knits are big, knits, cashmeres, that sort of thing. But people don't want to wear that kind of buttoned up, the suits, the tailored clothing. That for us has kind of dropped off because people just don't dress like that as much anymore, and they want to be casual and they want to be comfortable.
How does the consignment process work?
We make it really simple. We say when the store's open, you can always bring something in. We generally will have one of us look at it, and everyone's trained to know what to take. And they just come in with their things and we go through it, we pick it out. We'll make a list of what they're leaving with us, and then within 2 to 3 days they get a price list. And then they just simply wait for the checks to arrive, because we do a 90-day consignment and the checks go out once a month. So they'll get 3 checks and then their consignment will be over. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. We always are welcoming new consigners and new clothing because it's just constantly turning here. A lot goes out the door and a lot comes in the door every day.
Tell me about some of the brands that you have here.
Well, we do carry everything from, we say Gap to Gucci, although we're more on the Gucci end, not the Gap end. But once in a while, if I have a lady who's got a lot of beautiful high-end, she's got the Gucci's, she's got the Pradas and the Chanel's and this and that, and she throws me a few pieces of Gap or Banana, yeah, I'll take them from her. But generally, that's not what we sell. We sell really the high-end brands. I say if it was bought at a Neiman's or a Saks, we'll definitely take it. If it was bought at a Nordstrom's, maybe. But if it was bought at any of the mall brands, we generally don't take those. We're not doing Banana Republic. We really don't do Banana. We don't do J. Crew, that sort of thing very much. We're really looking for the better brands where both the consignor and the store will be able to make some money on it.
And what kind of deals can people get here?
Well, the deals are pretty phenomenal because the cost of clothing is outrageous. I mean, if you have a $2,800 handbag, you may be able to buy it here for $900, $1,000. Now, I know that's a lot of money, but you're saving up to 60, 70% on some of them, sometimes up to 90% on things. Things that might have been $1,000 often could go for $200, $250, then they go on sale, so it's $100 for a $1,000 item. So it's the markups that the stores use are huge, but we tend to mark them at least 60 to 75% off.
And why do you think you attract the best pieces?
Well, we're the longest game here in Santa Monica for selling your clothes. I mean, there's a lot of competition now for online, but we're the longest brick and mortar store here in town. And people know me. I mean, proudly that people know me, and people always smile when they say, oh, I know your store. So that always makes me feel good.
So tell me about accessories.
Well, we get wonderful accessories in here, whether it be a belt, we sell jewelry, beautiful jewelry, David Yurman, and that sort of Legos, those brands. But we do love to sell sunglasses, scarves, bags, everything that a woman can put on her body, that's what we sell. I've even sold beautiful jewelry boxes. Just something that a woman would want to wear. Generally, obviously, you're not going to wear a jewelry box, but things that women wear, then that's what we'll sell. So that's we're always looking for great accessories too.
When people talk about high-end clothing, they often think everything is a size 0.
Oh, good question.
Tell me
Yes.
about the different variety you have here.
Well, because it's Southern California, the women tend to be svelte, I'll say that, but we do not discriminate. We love all sizes. In fact, I always am encouraging the 12s, 14s, XLs to bring stuff because it is the hardest category to fill. But we certainly have a selection. We always will take it in. And the small sizes are great too. And you know, women are double zeros up to XL. So I have something for everybody here.
And if somebody were coming into the store and they didn't know where to start, how do you help them?
We always welcome people when they come in. That's a good question. We always welcome in. Have you been here before? No? Okay, so here's the high-end. Right when you walk in, we have our high-end section. We have our more moderate in the middle, and in the back is our sale section. So we walk them to the back, we show them where the sale is, and say start in the front, look at all the good stuff, and then work your way back. And everything's sized small, medium, large, and they can generally find the kind of things that they want.
If somebody was looking for something specific, would they give you a call?
We do. We take requests. We have a wish list that if someone's looking for a specific item from a designer, you know, as long as we know what it is, we kind of have an idea of a picture or what they're talking about. And generally we do. If you say the flat bag, or you say the Louis Neverfull, or this brand and this type of bag, because generally it is with handbags, some of the brands as well, then we just will call you when we get it in, and you could be the first on the list to get the first phone call.
That sounds incredibly convenient.
Yeah.
And if somebody has a special event, how do you help?
Well, we do have gowns, and we do have not you know, over the top formals, but we carry a selection at certain times of the year more than others. But during wedding time, we will have a selection of gowns. During the holidays, we've had a selection of gowns. So they're always able to come in and look, or they could call us and tell us their sizes, and we could have everything pulled and ready to try on when they get here.
That's great. Do you find, when is it the most busy here?
Well, obviously when we run a big sale, everyone swarms in for the sale. Although we do have things on sale all the time at half off, but sometimes we will enhance that and mark down a lot of extra pieces. But generally the sales are busy. Weekends can be busy, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of thing. But every day you just never know who's coming through your doors, and sometimes out-of-towners come midweek and they have a big shopping spree. So pretty much 7 days a week we're here, we're open, and we welcome all shoppers and all consigners.
And you talked about events. Do you have special events throughout the year?
I've done a few in the past. We've had trunk shows where I've had major jewelry pieces come in for one day only. I've had handbag trunk shows where it's the whole weekend. Well, we'll bring in 30, 40 beautiful designer bags that they're just for the weekend. They come in and they're really exceptional bags. I mean, I carry good bags too, but these are the ones like the Hermes and the Chanel flaps and the things that are the real high price points. But we do those events. I've had speakers events where, you know, before COVID, we would get together 20, 30 women after work, and we'd have a talk about wellness or health or even had once years ago about how to learn how to walk in high heels. That was a lot of fun. We learned how to strut the runway in high heels. That was great. But right now, because of COVID, the events have kind of been a little less.
If people want to find out when these trunk events are, when these sales are, how can they find that out?
Well, we have our website, greatlabels.com. It's spelled exactly how it sounds. And on that website, there's a sign-up sheet. And you could always sign up, or you could just come in the store and we'll put you on our email list. And then every time we have a special event or a new arrival, because our really beautiful pieces, once a week we send out an email saying this just in. And it's always the real creme de la creme that we send out. So that would be a way to get on our email list, and then you'd hear about it.
And there's parking here, correct?
We have our own parking lot behind the store. Well, it's shared with the mall, the strip mall that we're in, but we have assigned places, and it's generally very easy to park. Yeah, we do have a parking lot.
And why did you choose Santa Monica to have a store?
Well, when I moved up here, I had lived in Santa Monica when I was in college, so I liked the community. And I moved up here and found a location that was very close to another consignment store that had been here existing. And I figured, well, if they're there and they have a built-in clientele, let me open up 2 doors away and have their built-in clientele walk over to see my store, because they obviously, if they like consignment, they'll want to see a second shop. So that's how I picked this location. It was near a really successful shop who since has closed, but I'm still here 25 years later.
And if somebody were coming into the store and they wanted to find something special that may, be something of value or a collector's item, how do they do that here?
Well, I mean, we could guide them into that sort of thing, but generally we do have stylists that come in and they're looking for that one-of-a-kind item, and that's really what we love to find and sell. Basics are great, and when they're good quality, they're great, but generally I like to really look for and hunt down those very unique pieces. And I think generally if they would talk to our sales girls, they know everything that's usually on the floor, or they'll have an idea of what we have, and we could direct them to that. So we often have such unique pieces that you just look at and go, wow, what's the history on this? And it's just beautiful, and they generally sell pretty quickly.
That's a very elegant treasure hunt. That's for sure.
And
then for yourself personally, how do you decide what clothes that you like? And do you shop?
Well, I've been in this business more than 40 years now, if I add, my start out in the wholesale business. So I think that the elegant side of me is kind of turned over to the casual side of me. So I do dress a little more casual these days. I always like to look real put together, but no more high heels, no more stockings, no more tight clothes, no more fitted. I like the casual, the loose, but high quality, and always flats.
Oh, February.
I understand that.
Heels, yeah.
I gave up heels as well.
Yeah. But we sell the high heels. We have beautiful Louboutins and all that. But right now, it's not in my closet.
That sounds great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.